Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Super Magical Podcast, a weekly interactive podcast where we take a sincere, sarcastic, and this week a very sanguine look at the world of gaming, TV, music, movies, and more. Holla fucking Lula! Hoover is back.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I apologize. I talk like this now. I spent an entire week smoking cigars with my dad, and now I'm a late night talk show host, and it's pretty much default now.
We are renaming this to the Midnight Shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? How are you doing out there?
Well, let's see. The world has damn near ended since you were gone.
Mm-hmm.
We've got new everything in the studio since you've been gone.
It's a little overwhelming, I'll be honest.
You came back to like a almost fully fleshed out studio.
I come back in here, right? And I start to pick up the lights and go through the thing that I'm used to doing. Mal was like, no, stop. I was like, what? We got to set up. And he was like, not those lights. Those lights are poop. And I was like, these are my lights. I brought the lights.
I'll bring the
No,
funk.
my lights are better. And he whoops out 2 new lights. And now we got this sweet, like, hot and cold thing going on with all of our highlights. And we look fucking fantastic. Twitch.tv/Super Magical Podcast.
Yeah. Best butts in podcasting.
If you're not with us now, you should check out the VOD, because, damn it, we look beautiful.
Follow along with us in chat. Hi, Twitch, by the way. How y'all doing?
Gator Pete.
Gator Pete is here.
How you doing, buddy?
Gator Pete, sir. Follow along with us. Myself from the future told you to follow along with us. Apparently.
Yes.
Yes. At least we know the mic's working this week.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so thanks, Jay, for filling in. So there was 1 week where I was back in Kentucky for my best friend's wedding, which was a treat as far as the best friend's wedding goes. Not so much
for being in Kentucky. Yeah.
That whole motherfucking section of the planet is just trying to kill me. It's trying to bake me alive, swamp ass me to death. And I'm allergic to everything.
Struggle is real with the swamp
There were
ass.
spiders everywhere. I had a bed literally made out of spiders. It was it had a great like massage function. I'm not sure if it was like, you know, they got them tiny little arachnid hands. They can get into all kinds of crevices and just massage it out, just work it out. But I mean,
no, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
No. But it was fun, and Jay did a fantastic job filling in for me. And then whenever I got back, I was my flesh was weak.
Yeah, you weren't feeling it as much
from being exposed to my kryptonite for a prolonged period of time. Apparently, you can just.
You needed the red sun that's over here on the West Coast.
Somebody could just bring back like a Ziploc baggie full of Kentucky, and I'd be like, no, my powers.
That's Lex Luthor's just.
No. Joe wants to take my spot on the podcast, so he just hits me with a Ziploc baggie full of Kentucky soil.
It's soil like mixed with bourbon or something like that at the same time. Yeah,
that would be delightful.
Yeah. Mojav, how you doing, buddy?
Mojav, I've missed you.
So it sounds like a great business idea. Spider massage.
Spider massage.
I think we could probably make that work. Yeah.
You think we could get Spider-Man? Think he would do our promos for us?
You know what? Spider-Man is the most broken character in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah.
It's so broken that they won't let him play it, I think, on like the tour, like the competitive and stuff like that.
Really? They're just like,
it's totally fucked.
That's hacks.
Spider-Man's
hacks.
I complained about mashing buttons, and then we played again. We've been playing it a good bit still around the house, and I whooped the hell out of Jay with Spider-Man. I mean, it just was like, it was like the crazy woman in Walmart that was trying to like fight off somebody trying to steal her trying to steal her purse. Like she was just like, oh, you go pick Spider-Man? Here, I'll go pick Doom or whatever the fuck. She picked all the bad guy, the biggest bad motherfuckers. And I was like, oh, hell no, bitch. I got your ass. I got this.
Oh, Lord. Please stop.
10 seconds down.
Help. They're robbing me.
More like Medea. Just like, oh, hell no. Hey, we get a new Medea Halloween movie this year.
Yes.
That was surprisingly a really good movie.
I don't know.
For stupid stuff. Like
I've never been like, I'm going to watch a Medea movie. I'm going to rent.
Nobody ever chooses to
movie.
watch a Medea movie. It just happens.
My mom, on the other hand, she would put it on.
All the time.
Happened to be around.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, how you doing, Medea?
I mean, that's fair, right?
You looking fine.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. All right. So we have everything is new now. Episode 28. We feel like we think we've got something going on here. Yeah. So we got a little bit different format for the show. We'll go through it as we go. So if you're not following along with us on Twitch, do join us at twitch.tv/supermagicalpodcast. You'll hear us talking about the Twitch a lot. These guys that are already in here know what's up. First off, we're going to start off with some news.
Yeah.
There is a new game that is coming out of an indie game expo called Headliner.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember the game Papers, Please? Have you ever played the game Reigns?
I'm familiar with Papers, Please. That was like a stealth game, wasn't it?
No, Papers, Please was a game where you basically worked as a Russian border security patrol person, and you had to make the right choices to let the right people into the country. Otherwise, certain people would die, and there would be all this. I mean, it's a very depressing game.
Jesus.
Fun game, but a depressing game.
Right.
And you had to deal with like the reactions and stuff like that.
That's funny. I totally thought it was the other end of the spectrum, and I was like, I'm not really into it, but I would play the hell out of what you were describing right now.
It's a very interesting kind of game.
Because I'm very judgmental.
It is a very judgy game, yes.
Joe.
But this game allows you to basically ruin society with fake news. That is the whole point of the game. The best part about it is that it makes you see the outcome of your choices.
Too real. I'm not sure that I can handle this shit. Somebody seriously came out with a fake news game.
Yeah, it's
oh my God.
Thanks to GeekWire. It is called Headliner, and it is basically that's the point.
Well,
ruin society with fake news.
Take all the money, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought PUBG was supposed to be the one that's making all the bank right now, but I mean, you seem to get the best art out of like grounding it in realism, and you got all these people shitting their pants about that's fake news, that's fake, that's blah 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 blah. Sure, tap into that market, just gobble that up. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
What kind of headlines?
Okay, players spend a week as an editor at a fictional news organization in a city, right? You decide which articles to publish and where they go, you know, like it's sort of a choice, right?
Right.
Here's the ones I want to publish, here's the ones I don't, move it along.
Okay.
The decisions you make, though, like I said, have a real impact on the game, your family, and the whole society. So basically, it can really kind of screw things up a little bit. The creator of the game says, if you want to advance your career, you want high ratings, but maybe that destabilizes society. Cue the picture of a burning building.
Oh my God.
I
love it.
For instance, I will give you another thing in the game. If you take an extreme stance on civil rights, you will cause a riot. I almost got my riots and my rights. Same
you will
difference.
cause rights, and everybody will be real happy about it. Everything will be cool. Don't worry about it. Be good.
That comes out on Tuesday on Steam. So that'll be interesting. It's made by a Seattle developer.
I already spent my money on Cuphead.
We'll check it out though. We'll play it and check it
out.
Yeah. Speaking of things we already spent our money on, Overwatch is holding its annual Halloween event starting October 10th.
Yeah, man.
Next week. That'll be cool.
Me and Overwatch have a love-hate relationship.
As most people do.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot of problems with the toxicity of the community sometimes, and I think that's
of our city.
Of our city. No! The timing was a little off, but I appreciate what you were doing there.
I was keeping the beat. I don't know what you're talking
about. No, my timing was off, was what I was getting at.
Right.
I don't know if you're aware. You're the one with the musical talents. As I gesture to the wall full of guitars, I'm the guy that like has a hard time naming his favorite band because I'm like, what were they called again?
Yeah, but you dropped that sweet reference in the pre-show.
Yeah?
Yeah. Peak? Beck?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I take it all back. I take it all back. You like hit it like this, yeah.
Yeah, you said peak. And I was like, who's it? Pac.
Sorry.
Anderson Pac.
Okay.
Yeah, my coworker was like, hey, you want to hear something funky? And I was like, I love funky. And then the next thing you know, like, I was like naked and like oiled up next to my desk. And I was like doing this sexy dance while I was doing my product display page. It's like, yeah, Anderson Pac.
I'm taking it
my boy.
But see, now I'm imagining like you, but drawn like Tina in Bob's Burgers.
Just like a hot dog of a human being.
Exactly.
I love it.
Just and that awkward too.
And just like tidy whities, just like, yeah.
Everybody else is walking through, just like, what?
Got clients and shit, and they're just like, I'm gonna see what Ron's up to.
Woo! What were you saying about Overwatch? Though?
I don't know. Now we're talking about.
You said May, and we just went way off on it.
All right. So there's a love-hate relationship like there are with most people in any sort of highly saturated community, right?
Right.
By contrast, Lawbreakers, I've been told by Pete, has like 200 people playing it total.
Yeah.
Can't be that toxic because you could just be like, Tim, cut it out. All right. And then, there you go. You can address him personally.
Yeah.
But even through all of that, there's still so many shining moments. We've been playing it recently with our group of friends, and we've had fantastic moments like the Bush era, where you were hiding in the bushes.
Oh, I was like, there's 2 Bush eras in the United States. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
I'm talking about our Bush era.
Oh, okay.
The Bush era of Overwatch, where Mallow literally hides in a bush and waits for the team to walk past him, and then gets like
everybody. I got
a quintuple kill.
Yeah.
We're just standing up in the bushes. It was the best play of the game ever.
You can see that actually on our Twitch stream.
Yeah.
In our Twitter stream.
Yeah, the VOD's still up actually on it's on mine. It's twitch.tv/Hoover is bad.
Yep.
On there every once in a rare while.
Yeah.
But I have gotten back to the point where I don't mind the grind for loot boxes anymore, because it seems like every once in a while I'm actually getting some good shit out of it. So I feel optimistic about the Halloween event.
Yeah.
Plus, Junkenstein's Revenge was like,
I missed that whole thing
best.
last year, but I'm excited to come back to it and play it this year.
I really hope that they're bringing it back. It seems like it would be kind of cumbersome for them to continue to make like a new game mode every time Halloween comes around.
Well, they brought back
like,
Lucio Ball.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense that they would drop that back in. Now, if they drop that back in and they have like another sort of horde mode kind of thing, or maybe they'll do like Junkenstein's Revenge, and then they'll do Junkenstein's Revenge with any, like anybody, which is what they did for the anniversary event, right? Where you had like the standard anniversary event where you had your 4 characters that you had to pick from, and then you could do the alternate version where you could pick whatever heroes that you wanted. I would love that. I would love to have Arisa on there.
That would actually be kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this because I haven't had a chance to talk about it with Jay on the podcast too much, but it's not in our show notes, so I'm going off script just a little bit. Gearbox Software is testing something called Project 1v1. I've actually been invited to do the technical test for this thing.
Ooh.
But I haven't had a chance to do it because of that thing right there, and I'm okay with that because I'll catch it in the beta.
Right.
But apparently it, quote unquote, and this is from the invite, quote unquote, combines the action of fast-paced 1v1 first-person combat with the metagame strategy of a collectible card game. And I only bring this up because you talked about Lawbreakers not having but like 200 people or something like that.
Yeah.
And I happen to remember that they also made Battleborn, which died a very quick death because of Overwatch.
Wait, were those those the same people?
Yeah.
The ones who made Battleborn also made Lawbreakers.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
People who made Battleborn made Borderlands,
like,
and now they're making this new game that is like the collectible card game portion of it is the one that kind of like makes me scratch my head because it's like, wait, I've got to, it's a first person arena type shooter, and I've got to do CCGs. Like I don't understand what's going on, kind of thing. Like it's deck building and I don't.
So the Amazing Eternals is doing something kind of like that right now, where you have 6v6 hero shooters and deck building.
Yep.
And it randomly plays you your cards through the match. it doesn't so much feel like deck building,
Yeah.
as much as it is just like choose a stack of perks that get played out to you. If that's the case, yeah, the system works fine. But here's the thing: get the fuck over squeezing my ass for more money with cards.
Well, that's the thing that I think is going to be interesting, because the Amazing Eternals by DE, who've done Frame that we love, and it's all free to play. Amazing Eternals is free to play. So then, okay, I get it. I am paying for possible decks or something like that here. Battleborn and Borderlands are probably, and this one probably going to come out as a $60 premium game with upgrades and all that kind of stuff. It's tough to say. I'm only speculating because right now they're just running technical tests. That's what I got the invites for. And so, but it is a little weird that like all of a sudden like that's taking off. But it seems like Gearbox is like a step behind everybody else.
Yeah,
they were a step behind with Battleborn. Because wasn't it Battleborn and Overwatch going on at the same time?
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about like Battleborn just didn't have like the memorable characters, and like it just
and it was MOBA style because you had the little minions that ran out in front of you too, and your character.
Yeah, it just didn't quite click, and I think it might have been more successful if Overwatch hadn't been around.
Right.
Which goes without saying. I think a lot of games actually would have been more successful if they like Overwatch didn't just suck all the life out of the market for a little while. But it does feel a little bit behind. Like, I realize I'm being a little hypocritical with the card thing, being a huge Digital Extremes fan.
Yeah.
And being a big proponent of the success of the Amazing Eternals because of that, but it's also a free game. The Amazing Eternals is a free game. I'm not offended by them asking for $1.99 for a thing that they're going to be giving you regularly. I know they're going to be giving you regularly. You want more of them, spend $2.
I'd be very surprised. Yeah, knowing how they've worked in Warframe and stuff like that, I'd be very surprised if they did something different, at least in their monetary system, than they would.
Right.
2K, WWE 2K18 actually was accused of microtransactions today, on Twitter. And they like laid out a straight up article that was like, nope, no microtransactions ever. Here's how you earn everything in the game. It's all in-game currency, but here's how you earn it. And they went through like this whole system and stuff like that. And so like I think more and more things are starting to, because the problem with Marvel vs. Capcom is there are no unlockable characters in that game. You can unlock some skins and you can unlock the levels. No characters. They cost $29.99 for a pack of 4.
Holy shit!
$30, half the price of the game. For 4 characters.
That is absolutely atrocious.
Even if it's 6, it's still like whatever. Because I think you get like Black Panther, and I think right now they've talked about Black Panther and Ultron Sigma.
Yeah.
And then they said 4 to be announced. And my wife and I, Jay and I were looking at it, and we were kind of like, well, we want these other characters because all the other Marvel vs. Capcom games have a ton of extra characters you can unlock and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, well, we want the extra characters to play, but I don't want to pay $30 for that. Like,
no.
I bought Rocket League for $25.
Right.
Like, why am I going to just for DLC?
You pay $5 for 2 new cars and a bunch of skins and paints. Yeah.
But I mean, even in Rocket League, you earn a bunch of other cars and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. You get a ton of unlockables. So it's just, anyways, that all brought up the news that we haven't had a chance to talk about in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah,
was Gearbox's new thing that they've let out the door to like try to get people in. They're being completely hush on the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical as hell because it's Gearbox right now. Like Randy Pitchford has not gotten really high up on my list. So
I'm a little afraid that it's gonna. You know what? I'm not afraid. These companies need to keep doing this and keep shooting themselves in the foot. There's a lot of I saw a lot of shit being stirred over Call of Duty. They're leading their marketing like on Steam and shit like that instead of having like character that you can project on.
Right.
Be like, oh, that's cool. I want to be that. They have stack of currency and it's like pre-order and you get your currency to spend in the store or whatever, and that's what they're leading with now.
Well, it's like Shadow and Mordor we talked about.
So I got to meet a really cool guy last week who works pretty high up in Xbox, and me and Xbox have been kind of having some things recently, but he said
Are you
something.
guys? It's complicated on Facebook.
It's complicated.
Okay,
it's very complicated. It's definitely a love-hate relationship. Kind of leans towards hate a lot of times, but she does me good. She pays my bills, so.
That just means you guys will do like angry sex later.
But so I met this guy that's a little bit higher up in Xbox, and something that he said reminded me, like, I feel like gaming is the highest form of art. And I've said that so many times before, and as soon as he said that, I was like, can I kiss you? But gaming is an art form, and it's a social platform, and it's a thing that helps you forget about all the bills you can't pay, all the people being shitty to you, the things that you can't affect in your life. It helps you melt those things away. It helps you combine your feelings into like all kinds. There's so many different ways that if you can find the appropriate platform, you can make a game and you can express so many different complex things, and we're discovering new stuff all the time, and that's amazing. And so whenever you have these companies that are like, I know how I'll make money, it's like, imagine a painter doing that, sitting down with a canvas and paint and be like, is this going to be valuable? I know how I'm going to make a bunch of money off this painting.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Do whatever you got to do. You're going to starve to death eventually.
But this is the difference between like marketing departments running things and creators running things. And that's why Patreon and other things like that have been better at these kinds of things versus some of the AAA developers out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you get onto that kind of thing, Gearbox, it for the past couple of times just looks like, oh, that's popular, let's make it. And that's a complete marketing thing of focus group says X, we make X. Call of Duty they focus grouped a bunch of like 12-year-old boys. That's what we're going to make. We're going to keep making it, and that's sort of the difference in a lot of these kind of things, I think.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sucks, right? Like you can't have true invention without trying to put yourself out there a little bit, try to do something new.
Right.
So,
can I actually, since we kind of brought up Xbox a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you talk about, I don't think you did. I don't know why you would have. So apparently it was recently announced that Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, is going to be direct reporting to Satya.
Yeah.
Who is the head of Microsoft, if you're not aware.
Yeah.
I know you probably are, but for everybody else out there, he's the head of Microsoft. Evidently before, Xbox was very much just a vestigial limb of Microsoft.
I would say redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Well, evidently Satya has decided that gaming is part of the future of Windows and like Microsoft's whole ecosystem, and like they want to get behind Xbox and push that forward.
Yeah.
Which raises some really interesting and also at the same time terrifying prospects for Xbox. I'm not a fan of Xbox. Wouldn't buy an Xbox. Don't know of any games that I would play on Xbox.
Yeah. That aren't already on a Windows machine that you have, right?
PlayStation 4, on the other hand, has all these fantastic exclusive IPs, which I hate exclusive whatever, but that's a different argument entirely. Right. But PlayStation is just killing it. I would buy a PlayStation. I would play Horizon Zero Dawn. I would play Bloodborne. I would play the Uncharted games. Like, yeah, let's do that.
Right.
I'm really hoping that now that Xbox is actually being acknowledged for being a valuable piece of entertainment to the company and to the world in general, in Satya's eyes and thusly in Microsoft's eyes, Xbox might actually come back up and start to be able to compete and give us more good content. Maybe they'll start to channel more funds through the indie games, which Xbox was really known for some killer indie games in the 360 days, right? Like, they had great indie games. And transitioning into, like, initially whenever the Xbox One came out, it still had some pretty good stuff.
Because
it's sort of petered off.
You're coding on Windows, so you've got a large You have incentive to have a large user base, both on the console and in your Steam base and stuff like that, right? So I don't know. I think I agree with you on a lot of those kind of terms. My Xbox will get used for something that we're going to talk about later in the show, and other than that, it doesn't get turned on.
Right, Mojeff, I see you in the chat, man. My brother.
Mojeff says I agree with Hoover. Video games are the highest form of art. Games like Dear Esther, Undertale, feel like are good examples. I agree with that. Those are really good games.
Unless somebody can pull me in with like a great hook on a movie or a TV show, I don't just go sit in front of the TV. I would rather just scroll through my library of. I think that's one of the things. The reason why a lot of people develop these huge libraries of games that they don't play through.
Mm-hmm.
It's the gaming equivalent of channel surfing,
right? And
eventually you land on one and you play through it, and you're like, "Man, that was a good choice." Or, I'm gonna avoid content like that moving forward.
Yeah.
We don't know as clearly with video games as we do television. Like, not really into documentaries. I am actually really into documentaries. But I'm not really into documentaries, so I'm gonna stay away from the Science Channel or whatever. Like, sure, it just doesn't interest me or whatever. With games, it's just like it's kind of an interesting concept. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it until I get my hands on a controller and I can say like yay or nay.
It's an active experience versus a passive experience.
Exactly. That's the other thing. It feels infinitely more engaging.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I don't ever fall asleep in the middle of playing a game. Well, fell asleep in the last Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game.
True.
Because it was just like, it was basically a television show that was occasionally like, hey.
Well, wasn't that great?
Press A.
Hey, you know what's a really good movie, Joe? Blade Runner. Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out this Friday.
Great movie. I mean, it's known for all the explosions and the
things. I love that in our head from the producers it digged when you said explosions.
Like, because I don't remember. You got one right.
I don't remember that many explosions in Blade
Runner.
There was the one.
I've never seen Blade Runner.
That's what we're trying to get at. Hey, Blade Runner's coming out this Friday.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
I know.
We're gonna go with us because we got a mandate
to the new Blade Runner.
Yeah, we got a mandate.
I gotta see the first one first. I mean,
I got it on DVD. I'll let you borrow it.
You all are gonna have to like smear some peanut butter on the couch and like lure me over to the couch, and I'll just start, and you just turn on Blade Runner, and you'll have to like throw a net over me or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't run away. Like, no, I have to play Overwatch and more loot boxes. Mystery Heroes is the best. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies and weird ones at that, Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a movie.
No thanks.
What the heck, man?
How is that gonna work?
I don't know.
Is it gonna be an animated movie? That's gonna be terrible.
Is it
gonna be live action? Because that's gonna be horrifying. Like, which way do you go?
It's landed at Paramount. Sony had it at first, then it's at Paramount. And it doesn't say what the heck is going to be. Oh no, actually it says the film will be a combination of live action and CGI animation.
Oh fuck!
Will be the first time Sonic has ever been adapted to a big screen. I also love that in this Variety article that I was looking at on this is they had to explain what the fuck Sonic the Hedgehog is. They said the game features a hedgehog named Sonic on a quest to defeat Dr. Robotnik, a scientist who has imprisoned animals and robots and stolen magical chaos emeralds. Not exactly 100% true for the first couple games. The game was enormously successful and established the Sega Genesis console as a major player. Rest in peace, Sega.
I will say the one thing that I'm possibly looking forward to is like a remix of the Stage 2 music.
Yeah.
From Sonic.
I don't
know. I'm terrible. Why don't you do the reenactment of that particular? I'm sure you could do a better job. You know what? Don't worry about it. Because we're gonna get I'm gonna stay optimistic. We're gonna get a cover of that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the only good thing about this. Otherwise, they've done like a really high budget, like fucking Pixar quality Sonic CGI kind of thing, and it was the most awkward shit
Oh yeah,
I've ever seen in my life.
Uncanny Valley.
What was the game they did that in? Like Sonic X or
yeah, it was something
like that?
It was something
like
that I didn't
they're
want
in
to play.
Space or some shit.
Yeah,
And it was just
it was terrible. The Game Grumps did it.
yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But the actual cinematic itself, which is like, if I'm divorcing that from the actual game, the actual cinematic was horrifying.
Yeah. It was
like
terrifying.
Everybody was like photorealistic Final Fantasy, and it was like, oh, this is beautiful. And then Sonic comes out and he's like, and you're like, what the fuck? Get out of here. I don't know what I was expecting, but it sure as shit wasn't that. I didn't expect you to stick with like
it's like the stuff
Sonic.
of nightmares. It really is.
He just
I would talk about the new Sonic game that's on Switch, but I think my Switch is already dead. Rest in peace, my Switch. It hasn't been out a year.
And right before Mario Odyssey comes out.
Right?
Sorry, boo. Got to go fast. Too fast.
Went too fast.
Melted that Switch.
Too fast, too furious. Yep. Speaking of Too Furious, Rick and Morty Season 3 finale. That was a cool thing.
That was...
That I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't it cool when he did that thing? Yeah.
Disappoints me.
I know. I told you. They're all recorded. I told you I was going to be rubbish about keeping up with the show.
There were so many good moments through Season 3. I was so happy with it. The perfect level. It's like, you want to experience the perfect level? I'm not even gonna spoil any of that shit because you gotta see it and you're gonna piss yourself laughing.
Okay.
Specifically, at that one, I think you just might actually piss yourself because I damn near did.
Okay.
But no, there were just so many good things through the whole season. But the biggest thing that I'm most excited about, which probably won't happen, probably not.
Yeah.
is there is a possibility, there's a theory, there's going to be a Christmas episode.
It's like we get Doctor Who and Rick and Morty.
I can't handle too much quality sci-fi. So the theory stems from the
technical difficulties in the studio, apparently.
Jesus Christ. The theory for Rick and Morty stems from the end of season 2, where Mr. Poopy Butthole is laying on the floor, and he was like, I'll see you in like
every time
a real
you
long
say
time.
that name too, I just think of the one from South Park. Howdy ho. Oh.
Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo.
Just like that one as a kid.
Mr. Poopy Butthole, from which Mr. Hanky spawned, I would assume, as he is Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Right.
Mr. Poopy Butthole is rolling back and forth on the floor, and he says, "I'll see you in like a really long time, like a year and a half." And the April Fool's premiere was exactly 1 year, 5 months, and 28 days.
Yeah.
After that episode aired, and Mr. Poopy Butthole said a year and a half.
Yeah.
So some of the crew has been seen wearing Christmas sweaters around the studios, I guess. And then Mr. Poopy Butthole made a reference to, like, it's gonna be a really long time. I might have a big old Santa Claus beard by the next time you see me. So there's some thought there that maybe they're gonna stick to that. Maybe they've already been working on it and they've got it ready.
I mean, it was only 8 episodes this season, right? So what's the 9th, right? Probably a couple $100,000, but still,
probably.
Dan Harmon can probably find that somewhere, I imagine, right?
Yeah. I mean, if not, he could probably get like Rick and Morty fans that tug it out of their dicks, or maybe the people that like to make fun of Rick and Morty fans will, for some reason, donate to that. Just to like, I don't know, have something else to be angry about.
I guess. I don't
know. It's kind of become this circle jerk on the internet where everybody was like, "Oh, Rick and Morty is so great," and then a couple of shitheads were like, "I'm smarter because I like Rick and Morty," and so now like it's not cool to like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Anymore, I guess, for some reason. Even though it's clearly like, yeah, we like Rick and Morty, but people who like Rick and Morty are pieces of shit, but not me because I'm not a piece of shit. I'm better than that.
Right.
Which therefore then slides them
I'm
back.
not
into the
racist.
shithead
Those people are
category.
racist, and yeah. All of that.
Cool.
That
Here's where if we had Joe set up with his control computer, he could slowly slide in the picture of the guy pinching the other guy's lips, and he just goes, "Shh, let people enjoy."
In other Rick and Morty news, Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan.
I don't remember this, by the way, at all.
Dan Harmon already said it was just okay.
Yeah, it's
like,
okay. It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah. By the way, it's still going on chicken nuggets, for crying out loud, which is, well, if you've seen the documentaries, is like the worst food on the planet.
Is it chicken nuggets?
No, it's not. We won't gross people out on what it actually is, but it ain't chicken.
It ain't chicken.
No.
I'm looking for something grosser than chicken McNuggets to make a joke about being in chicken McNuggets, and I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm like they're scraping the gum off the bottom of the tables, and they're all the homeless people that tend to camp out around the McDonald's and sleep in the restrooms and stuff like that, grinding them up. No. It's bad.
It's all bad. It's all bad. Yeah.
It's real bad.
Anyways, it comes back on Saturday. From the
Plus,
day that we record this podcast. So
plus, if you visit the delightful McDonald's in downtown Seattle next to your workplace,
oh god, you might get stabbed.
You get a free stabbing.
Yeah.
With your McNuggets and Szechuan sauce. So good luck. Order it over the phone and then just drive by and don't slow down, and they'll
have
just throw
Uber
it at
Eats. They have Uber Eats.
So you can let somebody else get stabbed for you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they'll show up with it within 30 minutes.
Don't get blood on my nuggets. I'm not trying to do like a healthy thing.
How lazy and or stoned do you need to be to have Uber Eats deliver McDonald's?
Woof.
Like,
that's a dog.
Stab. Nintendo is no longer allowing live streaming on YouTube Live. You missed these transitions, didn't you? Say the joke.
Cover help! they just reach in and frame. It hurts. I'm so cold. Nuggets are terrible. This commercial just airs for like an additional 30 seconds.
No, it's one of those commercials where it cuts to another commercial and then it comes back and it's just a hand off to the side.
And somebody has stepped over that person to get to the counter, and they are now ordering their nuggets.
Damn near spit my water out.
There's blood in my nuggets. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah. Nintendo no longer allowing live streaming on YouTube Live. What the hell? Isn't there an affiliate program for this to like do it legally and then you get profits and I don't like.
Everybody's coming out with their own streaming like linking. Can we?
Cat was like, wait, I need to go get a doctorate. Be right back.
Can we? Okay, is Twitch inevitably going to be like the Facebook of streaming accounts where you link all of your separate bullshit streaming accounts into your Twitch account? You know, the place where people actually go
maybe
and congregate.
It might be, yeah.
And
it
so
might
you
be
have to activate your stupid Nintendo streaming account, your affiliate account, and then that dumps it back over to Twitch.
I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird sort of thing because like Twitch is just streamlined. Like they know what they're doing, right? Like we're here to stream games and apparently talk shows because that's what we're doing.
Hey.
But
yes,
we call it the IRL.
Aha.
But like they've got one purpose, right? Like live broadcasted programming, and then some VOD kind of stuff like that.
Right.
YouTube is going off into live TV, into YouTube Red, into subscriptions, into live broadcasting. Facebook is taking. I mean, it's just like everybody's piling onto that whole kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like I guess like the way that YouTube does the monetization and things like that is weird, and I
Mhm.
mean it's all over the place, right?
Yeah, YouTube is kind of shooting themselves in the foot, and they're driving a lot of people to Twitch.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what it's coming down to. Because YouTube has just made it so difficult for creative people to just be creative.
Yeah.
You have to do a very specific thing on YouTube in order to be able to be sorted and categorized correctly.
Right.
I mean, I'm trying to do the hot minute for YouTube, but honestly, it's more about me than anybody even seeing it. My last couple of videos have gotten like 5 views, but that's not really what it's about. It's more about like putting the whole thing together and doing the shoots and getting the green screen out and developing my personal experience.
Yeah.
Because YouTube doesn't really give a fuck what I'm doing, because I'm not making a 10-minute video that like hits these all these like current topics, and I'm not like going through and doing my SEO so it's like all relevant to shit that happened 2 hours ago and all that kind of like, I'm not doing that. They want vloggers. That's the only thing they want are vloggers.
They do want vloggers, yeah, and they do that with the kids service and all like that too. Like half the videos that like my daughter can see on YouTube Kids app is all these like families that are vlogging really stupid things, by the way. They're like, oh, we went to the store today. And I'm like, how is this interesting? Like, even if I were that young, like, this is not that interesting. Come that long. Like,
no. My girls watch toy reviews.
I know, that's the worst thing in the world.
No,
it's
just
not.
toy reviews.
No, the Finger Family is the worst thing in the world.
The Finger Family is terrible.
Yeah.
Have you heard Shark Song?
Please don't. I will kick you back off this podcast.
Mallow shark.
No!
Mallow shark. Do. Mallow shark. Do. Mallow shark. Joseph shark. Do. Joseph shark. Do. Joseph shark. Do. Joseph shark.
If I hold my hands out in middle fingers like Kamehameha enough, you'll stop.
Eventually, maybe. I was going to say the thing that
You're
frustrates
out of water,
me.
so sometime you will stop.
I'll have another. The thing that frustrates me is whenever they watch toy reviews of toys that they already have. Like, go play with the fucking toy. It costs money. It's sitting 10 feet away from you, caked in dust. At least pick it up, go put it in your fucking room.
You could do the review yourself.
I have a green screen. I have a camera. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
I could put you on the moon doing toy reviews.
That would actually be kind of cool, actually. Put
And
that
she-
on the YouTube.
Woo! I'm on the moon.
Speaking of weird toys from our childhood, Atari Box. Have you heard of this? Did we talk about this before you
We
left?
did talk about Atari Box.
Okay, so
About-
Atari Box. It's
Yeah.
back. This is becoming our Nintendo Switch. This is our white whale for this year.
Neat.
Apparently it's going to cost upwards of $300. Here's the kicker. It's supposedly going to go on Indiegogo here in the fall, with a projected launch date in the spring.
How do you get through funding and
An entire game
production
console.
and like handling all your
Here's the other
for
kicker.
$300?
For $300, yeah.
So they're genuinely thinking they're going to compete with the Switch and the Xbox One and the PlayStation.
It costs
4.
more than a PlayStation 4. Not a PlayStation 4 Pro, obviously, but it costs
Right.
more than that. Here's the other kicker to this. Nobody actually knows who's going to make the damn box. It's not... Atari doesn't, like... As far as I can tell, like, all the reports out there is not the... Like, that Atari is actually making it. And actually, that would be a little weird if they were, because Atari's not exactly got a great... They don't have a great track record with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like... Yeah, so I don't know. It's got all the Atari labels and stuff like that, but like it doesn't actually say like
I feel like this
it's
thing is
the
gonna
Atari logo is a registered trademark of Atari Interactive. That's it. They haven't announced who's actually gonna make the thing.
So like they're gonna get this thing funded. They're not gonna be able to do anything with it, and then like, are they gonna send out boxes with envelopes of people's money back in it?
I don't know.
Are they going to send them just a turd in a shoebox?
Yeah.
Like,
here's the thing: their whole site. Every time you go to like one of the pieces of the menu, if you go to developers, it's just a contact sheet. It's just a contact form. If you go to press, it's a contact form. You want to know what happens if you click on the jobs?
contact form.
Contact form.
Brilliant.
All they did was change the headline. It says "Work with us, develop with us." And what was the one for press? Oh, it just says press. That's it. This is the biggest mystery. We're gonna blow this thing wide open, Hoover. Put on your fedora and your trench coat. We're going back to 1920s.
Are we doing some Hardy Brothers
We're
shit?
doing some Hardy Boy shit. Yeah.
Hardy Brothers.
Yeah. So I don't like. I am very interested to see like when this Indiegogo campaign comes out later in the fall.
Where's your hand wet?
You don't want to know.
Oh, gross.
Jessica Jones season 2 is coming. That's gonna be cool next year.
That is cool. I forgot about my hand being wet now. Because Jessica Jones is cool.
Yes. Currently, it's gonna probably run right after Punisher, because Punisher's coming now too, which looks amazingly.
Yeah.
But it also looks depressing.
It does look very depressing. It's I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before, but I feel like I was a very cold, unemotional individual before my first daughter was born, and there was like an inexplicable switch being flipped where it was like, the universe was like, Hoover, it's okay for you to feel things. you can feel ways about stuff. And I was watching TV, and the trailer for Dead Island came on, and I was so sad that game was so shitty.
Yeah.
No. The trailer for Dead Island came on, and that's not what immediately made me cry. But it was the little girl, like, it did the whole thing where the little girl gets bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, she turns, and her dad has to, like, throw her and get her away.
Yeah.
Or she's going to kill him and her mom.
Yeah.
So he, like, has to, like, shove her out a window or something like that before she bites one of them. And, like, I was just sitting on my couch just, oh, God. Oh, everything is so terrible. And actually, like, crying. Genuinely crying. Why did we start this story?
I don't know. You went off way in.
I had a really good...
The Punisher looks depressing.
The Punisher. So, he has a wife and a child.
Yes.
You're in the same boat. You have a wife and a child.
Yes.
Wife, 2 daughters. Joe, you're in the same boat, but I know you're a cold-blooded killer, so don't worry about it.
It's cool. It's cool.
That trailer where, like, his wife gets her head blown off, and he's, like, seeing his daughter everywhere, and he just looks fucking broken.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's going to be real hard for me to make it through it.
You might just want to skip ahead to episode 2 when he starts the ass kicking.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's like Luke Cage. Like, episode 1 is the whole setup. Episode 2, we start kicking ass.
Yeah. I'm gonna cry my fucking brains out.
But they did an amazing job using Metallica's "One" there.
Mm-hmm.
Singing
that's
up
a fantastic gunshots and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was a fantastic trailer.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So Punisher is gonna be great.
Yeah. Then we get Jessica Jones season 2.
Then we get Jessica Jones season 2. We're gonna have some darkness.
Darkness.
And I'm looking forward to it. Jessica Jones was heavy as fuck.
But really good.
It had
really good.
Like the bit where the dude was like sawing off his own arm and then trying to dispose of himself. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Literally, the dude made him saw off his own arm and was trying to cram his arm into the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Because dude told him to.
Right.
Wow.
It's pretty effed up.
Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping that Jessica Jones continues to be like the really over the top, like, oh.
I think it will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll bring that side of it.
Yeah.
So, our last piece of news tonight. Hoover, would you like to spend nearly $60,000 on Assassin's Creed?
Yes.
Well, then you too, can get a bronze bust of the protagonist. Mm-hmm. With gold-plated headphones over top of it.
Oh, that sounds like an investment opportunity.
Right.
Surely that's going to be worth a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
And
you can put it right up next to your headstones of Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. Yes. And then on the other wall can have your collective commemorative plates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
What the is this?
I don't.
Why? Why?
What year is it? Like, are we like? Do we travel into the future and $60,000 is an insignificant amount of change, and this is like some historical artifact, legitimately, where people thought like Assassin's Creed was actually like some shit? Like, they are really depressing me over having an Assassin's Creed tattoo.
They just
do some of the weirdest, nonsensical shit. Who is sitting in that office and is like, you know what would be a good idea? Because here's what would happen if I went up to my boss and I was like, what if for the next Xbox thing, we spent $60,000 on a single controller? I would literally get open hand just across the face and hauled out by my boots.
Right.
Like,
the headphones are 18 karat gold plated and diamond encrusted. I use diamond because I don't know why. At least they're Bluetooth headphones.
My nose bleeding.
No, you're still good. You're still with me. You haven't been shaken off the motor coil. Why would you have that kind of headphone?
I don't know. I mean, the only person realistically that would buy that and then use it, because you said they're actual headphones. They are real.
They are working headphones. Yes.
I'm sure gold is heavy as fuck.
Not 18 karat. It's not that great.
Oh, well. Anyway, the only person that's going to walk around with a $60,000 pair of headphones is like somebody who is a professional athlete, like, or a spoiled child.
So, well, I mean, Martin Scorsese still in prison, so he can't do it. So there goes one of the 10 pairs they made.
Right. Right.
A Trump kid might want one, maybe.
Yeah. He'd probably get two.
Yeah, so that's 2 out of 10.
What about you, Joe? Can you think of any fucking douchebags that would buy a $60,000 pair of headphones? He seems like the type.
No, actually, he's pretty cool.
He seems like a nice guy, but he seems like the type that would buy it and wear it, and you'd be like, oh, that doesn't look bad.
Yeah. But he also made a great video against Papyrus on SNL this week. So, Papyrus.
If you're misunderstanding people at home, I'm not talking ill of Ryan Gosling. I'm saying that he would probably buy them and then.
Oh yeah, he'd rock it. And then there'd be knockoff 18 karat gold diamond
for
encrusted.
Real.
Yeah.
Then I would be selling off one of my children to get myself.
They're ugly headphones, by the way.
Did you see Ryan Gosling wearing those headphones? Oh my God.
Michael Bolton would. Chat says Michael Bolton would.
Michael Bolton would also do it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
No talent, ass clown.
The day I learned that Mallow does not like Michael Bolton.
That's an Office Space reference. Please tell me you've seen Office Space.
Dude, I haven't seen Office Space in 15 fucking years, and neither of you.
I don't have to.
How is your memory that good? There's something wrong.
Yes, Joe.
I'm not blaming me on this one.
Yes, Joe. There you go.
Joe doesn't count. He's not human. He's not human.
All right, so the next change that we've doing to the show is we're going to do just a general, like, what we've been playing, rewatching, reading, listening kind of thing. We're no longer doing reviews.
No.
Why? Because we don't have time to do reviews correctly, so we're not going to do them.
Time and money are
we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. So what we are going to do, though, is give you some recommendations and talk about the things we are doing and, you know, give some, because our opinions are kind of cool, you know, I think. So, so we're going to explain about it. But this week, it's all about Metroid, because you were supposed to do it a couple weeks ago before you were out. And Cuphead, because we played both of that. So
So the week that I was out, actually, mi padre, shout out to mi padre.
You padre.
For hooking it up with
your mother.
Yes. And then birthing me. And then through a series of complicated events, creating a Metroid fan.
Right.
Of my caliber.
Yes.
No, but mom and dad bought me the new Metroid game for 3DS.
Nice.
And woo, feels so good.
Yeah.
Silence in the chat. I know he'll complain like it's just more the same, but honestly, it feels a lot like the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Super Metroid.
Which has been it's been a while since we had something like that. Yeah.
What I wanted. There's at first there was a mechanic that was added in there that I really was like, They put a melee, like a counter thing.
Yeah.
If you get too close to most monsters, they'll like try to like charge you or like jump at you or leap at you or something like that. And at first I was like, gonna feel really gimmicky because they're gonna use this over and over and over and over. And they do use it a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of it's got a tactileness to it that I really super appreciate. They've done like this neat thing with the free aim, where like if you aim over a grappling block after you get the grappling hook, it'll just automatically switch you over to your grappling hook, so you don't have to like flip through menus or like switch guns and shit like that. I feel like I'm getting my upgrades a little fast.
Yeah.
But honestly, everything through it so far, like the UI for it and the environments and the music, it's all just sinking me right back into the same kind of feeling whenever I was watching my dad play Super Metroid the first time, and I was like, can I give that a shot? And doing terribly at it, and then spending years and years and years just going through there and like learning how to play video games, and that being one of the games that I always came back to. Like, I want to beat this. Yeah. Because I watched my dad beat it. My dad was like the pinnacle of gaming to me. So
fair.
Like, yeah. that's my game. So I sat down with Super Metroid, and it was funny because we were supposed to be packing and all that, and Janice had like the suitcase out, and she was like putting stuff in the suitcase, and I'm over there like my face buried and like legitimately a huge smile on my face. Yeah. Like if something generally entertains me, I'm just like, you know, like I'm not over the top or anything like this. I was like ear to ear, toothy grin, like, Samus, you fine ass bitch. I miss you so much. I'm so happy with it. I know it may not be for everybody. I have a little bit of a bias tilting towards Samus and the Metroid franchise, but strongly recommend. Yeah. I've had a ton of fun with it.
Would you say it's super magical?
By all means. Super magical-est.
Right.
Superest magicalness. And then Cuphead came into my life.
Cuphead. We've been waiting on this film. It looks like a film.
Yeah, right.
We've been waiting on this game for 3+ years now, and have been hyped on it because of the design style and everything.
It's been longer than 3 years, I believe, because I was hearing rumors about it whenever I was at Full Sail in Florida, because it's hand illustrated on paper.
Yes, it is.
A lot of this stuff, and I had a lot of people who made their livings off of illustration. They were like, this game is going to be coming out, and that's so great that these illustrators have managed to put this beautiful piece of art out there, and they're raising the bar and all that kind of stuff. So I was hearing about this while I was in college. So it's been at least 4.5, almost 5 years since the first rumblings have been going about. So I was super excited for it. I got a Steam gift card from Pete because I won the Smash Brothers tournament with Samus belt. And I can't
soiled it.
Who did I beat for that? It wasn't Neuro.
I thought it was Neuro, but
no. It wasn't Neuro.
Was it Potato?
It wasn't Cat. No, it wasn't Potato. Who was the salty motherfucker that I beat?
Wasn't me.
Joe? It was you.
I lost in the semis, which I was proud of getting the semifinals.
Samus beat Mario.
Yeah.
And I took home the cup, and I got myself a $20 gift card, and I was like, what am I going to do with it?
Cuphead.
It just came out. Cuphead. Yep. I got Cuphead and started playing it, and lo and behold, it is fucking beautiful.
It is a great looking.
As everybody knew it was going to be. So Cuphead is a little bit different than I was expecting. I was expecting something, I don't know, like either Metroidvania or like, like maybe stage based or whatever, where it was like you run through the levels and then there's a boss at the end, and then like you fail the boss, you restart just the boss part. No, they went old school into like gaming territory too, where it is unforgiving. You get like 3 hit points. If you expend those 3 hit points, you're done. Start over from the beginning.
Yeah.
Of that map, not the entire game. At this point, honestly, most people who are listening to this podcast have probably seen everything there is about Cuphead. It's
a lot of stuff out there. Yeah.
It's blowing up.
You could just watch. You could just watch people play through. I don't even know if I need to play it. I can just watch somebody play through the whole game.
There's a billion people streaming it. There's tons of people making memes about it. We just watched a video of a person who got it rigged up to play on an old CRT black and white TV, and that looked amazing. Like
that had to be shot in 4K because the depth of field and how it was like lit. I mean, it was perfect for that. Like it was fantastic.
I don't know. I'm proud of the dudes that put this thing together. And again, promise I'm not being a Microsoft shill, but apparently these guys came out and said that they wouldn't have been able to finish the game if Microsoft didn't say like, this is a fantastic concept and like channeled some money into them. That's why it's an exclusive for Xbox right now, because the deal was like, keep it exclusive on Xbox, we'll pay for it.
Yeah.
So, step 1, Microsoft, maybe you're stepping in the right direction. Again, that's a different soapbox and a different conversation as far as exclusivity goes, but I understand that's how you're trying to get your sales, and step in the right direction because Cuphead.
Well, it's out on Steam too,
brilliant.
So you can put it on Windows machines.
Yeah.
So that takes a good chunk of the user base out there. I think it will eventually get to PlayStation. Right?
Yeah.
I think they do have a version that'll get that out there to it. But.
Yeah, maybe after everybody's sort of exhausted it and everybody knows what it is, they'll be like, all right, Microsoft will let it go, and they'll be like,
secondary bump of cash. Like,
yeah.
And then next it'll be on like everything from the Ouya to the Atari box and all that kind of stuff. Like, you could probably port it over pretty easily. All that
I would
stuff.
imagine. Shouldn't be all that difficult.
Yeah. What would you rate it though? I mean, that game is hard.
Whew.
Hard. I mean, I see people having a lot of fun with it, but it is hard.
Yeah, I do legitimately have a couple small complaints.
Yep.
Because of how it's made, the hitboxes can't be as tight as they would on like a flattened out 2D game, like truly flat. And it's such a difficult game. They really they play those margins real tight on a lot of stuff. They have you like threading the needle on a lot of stuff, so that can be frustrating. The other thing is occasionally, you'll be left to the will of the RNG, and we all know that RNG is not kind. RNG being the random number generator, the thing that determines the randomness of a thing that happens. I smacked my face against the wall repeatedly over the dragon boss, because the platforms that you get to jump across are all randomly generated. So he would like breathe a straight line of fire, while the only platforms on the map were in a straight line through his line of fire, and I can only stay in the air for so long.
Right.
So kind of a shit show sometimes.
Right.
Also, I think it's broken Peter. I think he's probably still weeping and mourning.
Well, he was feeling very
the loss
sick today
of his enthusiasm for gaming.
Yeah.
I mean, there got to a point where he was crashing up against it, so he was clearly tired.
Yeah.
He needed to get some fluids.
Yeah.
He needed to lay flat for a while, get some rest, but he was determined to beat this shit. And he went back to this one map, and it was like something would be rolling slowly at him, and he'd just be like, hit him, loses a health. Damn it, I'm dying. It was a delight to watch him just power through the first island, though. It was embarrassing because I was like, this one's gonna be hard, and he'd like one shot that boss. Like, you son of a bitch! I'm not helping you anymore.
Well, at least it's good. It's good that it's out there. We've got. I'm gonna play Ruiner. Hopefully this week if I get some time.
That's the Devolver Digital one.
Devolver Digital, cyberpunkish type, almost bullet hell-ish type game. So I'm gonna be interested to see how that works.
Yeah.
Coming up, and there's a new book that's out that just released today. It was Star Wars from other perspectives, written by a ton of different writers, like Griffin McElroy, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote a story about Jawas. So it's the Star Wars universe, but from their perspective.
Of course he would.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read some of that, and I kind of talk about it next week and stuff like that.
I haven't listened to too much of the McElroy brothers, but what I have caught is like very chill goblins.
Yeah, it's very it's. Yeah.
So I imagine that he writes a mean Jawa. I had to guess.
Yeah. It'll be fun. All right, cool. So one last announcement that we have on this one too. Extra Life is a charity that we have done a ton of work with in the past. We are going to be doing a 24-hour marathon of Battlefield 1 this year, which we're partnering up with the boys in My Aunt Lucy's House, or MALH, if you see us actually online. You can find me on Xbox. I'm MALH, the Malaman. Or it's actually, my gamer tag is just the Malaman, but if you see me in Battlefield, it's got the MALH on it. We do this every year. It's November 4th. I think it's 4th and 5th because it's 24 hours of gaming. Mm-hmm. We've decided between the three of us that we're going to do something fun and maybe green screen it and do all some crazy stuff or whatever like that.
Yeah, I'd really like to set up like a couch camera.
Yeah.
People can drop in.
Yeah.
And just be there as enthusiasm for you.
I think it'll be kind of fun. We'll have drop-ins and stuff like that. Leave us some thoughts and chats and stuff like that over the next couple of weeks. We'll do something fun if you donate some money. Like we'll do something crazy on the stream or whatever like that.
Maybe I'll actually act out the whole Anderson .Paak. Like we'll play some Anderson .Paak and I'll get.
Oh, that would actually be
I'll have to wear pasties because Twitch does not allow nipples.
Nipples, yeah.
Male nipples, not good. Female nipples either.
And I got boobs, so
yeah. So an issue.
Yeah.
I did forget another game that I was playing.
Wow, you got a lot of gaming in while you were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little ditty called Identico.
Oh yeah. You weren't here when we funded and did that whole kind of thing,
dude. Yeah. So pumped. I know I'm late for that. But for real.
Yeah.
Where's my fucking book?
I'm getting texted. The dings in there is people redoing stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, we're making progress on all of that kind of stuff.
So if somebody didn't catch the Kickstarter, is there a way that they can get involved at this point? Are they going to have to hold on and stay tuned, or
stay tuned for a little bit? We're going to sending out backer surveys and things like that here soon.
This is a big task that you've undertook.
Yeah,
successful Kickstarter, stage 1.
Yep. Now we got to do stuff.
Right.
But no, we'll have a pre-order period for those people who weren't able to back and stuff like that. We'll announce it, and we'll have a little bit of a merch store and stuff like that going on too. So. It'll be fun. It'll be really good. And, who knows, we might actually start up the online games and stuff like that again, too. Which, if we do, and we do it through Discord, then if you're a Discord partner, or if we do the Patreon thing and stuff like that, you can come listen to the show live. We'll record it, and we'll put it up on the thing. And we'll do some thing of the things and stuff like that. So there's all sorts of... Guess what? The Super Magical Network, it's growing.
It's growing, baby.
It's growing.
Joe's got some stuff that he wants to kick off, too, but it's still... That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a 24-hour Dream Daddy channel.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it in any longer.
If you want to donate to it, though, you can. All the money goes to Extra Life, which goes to Seattle Children's Hospital and MUSC Children's Hospital back home for me in South Carolina. It's part of the Children's Miracle Network and things like that. This is totally optional, but if you want to donate, please go to bit.ly/Mallow2017, all lowercase. That'll take you straight to my donation page from there. We've got, it's only $500 that we're trying to raise. We're keeping it light this year, but, let's make it 1,000 if we can. Like, let's just keep going. Let's see where we can go with this.
Definitely.
We might even just do stretch goals on this. So if you guys want to do some stretch goals, if we make certain things, we'll do something funky on the stream,
Very nice.
I haven't told anybody in MALH, too, that we're going to do all this crazy stuff, so they might hear all this on the chat by accident. I don't know. We'll see.
So, the 4th and the 5th, what days are those?
They're Saturday and Sunday.
Hell.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. So,
All right.
We've done it. This is my 3rd year officially with Extra Life. I did it another year unofficially, but I stayed up the whole 24 hours. And so yeah, this will be fun. So it's crazy. Last year we did it twice. We did a 24-hour Identico stream, which did not go well. At least, but no, I mean, like, Identico itself went well. The stream itself, though, did not. It was very tough to play board games for 24 hours straight.
Yeah, I imagine.
We managed the best we could, and then we went around in November and did the video game stream. So you'll see it all on all of our Twitch accounts and stuff like that because we rebroadcast, and so
make your attack roll.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. I was like, it was at the time I was playing one of the Rovers and all like that, and Alex was GMing for us, and he was like, "You can't do that." And I was like, "Fuck you! I wrote this game." And he's like, "I did too. You can't do it." I'm like, "Fuck your couch." I rolled anyways. So, yeah. So, anyways, November 4th and 5th, just over a month away. We're gonna have this. It's gonna be fun. We'll do some crazy stuff. So stay tuned to all of the Twitch channels and stuff. It'll be fun. It's fun doing this. I love doing the Gamers Giving Back kind of thing. We do the Child's Play charity stuff in December every year too. The Children's Miracle Network stuff and all like that hits a little home for me. So it's always good to be able to give back a little bit. So
yeah. I like kids. I like my kids.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I like your kids.
And if they were sick,
yeah,
Seattle Children's would be the place to be.
Yep.
Did I tell you I worked at Seattle Children's for a minute?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was super cool. Everybody there is just, I mean, like they're fucking there for a reason.
Yeah.
Like,
no, and they knew
yeah.
They're amazing.
I was handling their YouTube for like a couple months, like getting everything cleaned up and sorted out and whatnot. And I just spent like every day at my desk just sobbing. Like, these people are too beautiful. I'm such a piece of shit.
They're amazing. I love it. You'd love MUSC as well too.
Of course, if I hadn't had a kid, then I would have just been sitting there
stone faced completely.
Just yes.
I am amused.
Ha.
Trying to hold it together the whole time.
Single tear,
yeah. All right. You guys have been listening to the Super Magical Podcast. A big thanks to Mojave, Silent,
Dr. Silent.
Dr. Silent.
He didn't go to medical school for 8 minutes.
He had to not earn
be called Mr.
his doctorate.
Right.
Joe on the ones and twos over there as well. Thank you. If you're listening to this as a podcast, you want to interact with the show on Twitch. We stream every Tuesday starting at 9 p.m. Pacific. If you're not able to watch the show live, but you want to see our beautiful faces, we're on demand on Twitch and YouTube on the next day. Please throw us a subscribe in your favorite way possible. Let us know that you did. We'll call you out on the show. We don't really do any paid advertising for this, so when we're trying to do these fundraisers and we're trying to, get involved in all that kind of stuff, your word of mouth is pretty much the only way we know how to get this out here. So, for everybody that's downloading and stuff like that, thank you so much. So, our podcast is recorded here in Seattle. It's a production of Super Magical Productions and Humanoid Games. Our executive producer is Gator Pete. Our executive Pete
is Gator Pete.
Our benevolent overlord is Grandpa Joe. If you have a comment or question for the show, please find us on Facebook or Twitter. Search Super Magical Podcast or email us at supermagicalpodcast@gmail.com. We will see you guys next week. Yeah.
I promise I'll be back next week too.
Please do.
It's going to be.
Yeah. Mwah. Love you.
Oh.